Hello students, welcome to Meso Study. In the today's session, I will be talking about some CBSE pattern question exercise for the chapter Biotechnology and its application. Till now, we have studied about biotechnology, why biotechnology is important, what do you mean by recombinant DNA technology, what are their application. Now, we will be focusing on certain 10 questions. These questions are from separate category, some from 1 marks, 2 marks, 3 marks and the 5 marks. This is just a reference so that you can understand how these questions can be attempted. Now, let us start the today's session with the first question. First 3 questions are of 1 mark, right? So, let us read first question. Why do children cured by enzyme replacement therapy for adenosine deaminase deficiency need periodic treatment? Actually, this problem which they have mentioned over here, in which one of the enzyme is not present, that enzyme is called as a ADA, that is a adenosine deaminase. Adenosine deaminase enzyme is not present in the case of SCID patient. SCID patient, that is a severe combined immunodeficiency syndrome, right? Adenosine deaminase is not there. In this case, the recombinant lymphocytes are prepared. Recombinant lymphocytes are prepared. These recombinant lymphocytes which are prepared, with the help of recombinant DNA technology, the gene or the cDNA of ADA is allowed to enter into these type of lymphocyte, and these lymphocytes are from the patient only. After the treatment, after the recombinant, this lymphocytes, once they are formed, they are again introduced into the patient. If they are again introduced into the patient, the chances that they will form a such type of lymphocytes and the maturation of the lymphocyte will happen. The question says, children always need a periodic treatment. A periodic administration is required because the lymphocytes are motile. Because lymphocytes are motile. Now, what do you mean by this? Now, as we have administered first of all the recombinant lymphocyte, after some time they will die, and we want again we have to add these recombinant lymphocyte into patient body. So, that is why we need a periodic treatment, right. So, let us move on to second question. Second question is related to, second question indicate, write the possible source of RNA interference gene. Direct question, very easy as well. RNAi or RNA interference is obtained from transposon. Transposon. Now, what is a transposon? Transposon is called as a jumping gene. Jumping gene. And who discovered this transposon? This is just an additional knowledge, that is Barbara McClintock. So, this was the question number 2. Correct answer is transposon. Let us move on to the next question, that is question number 3. Now, question number 3 says, what are transgenic animals? Give an example. So, the name itself indicates transgenic. Transgenic means they are having certain foreign gene present, and if I talk about that gene is that gene which is our interest. So, those animals, they are called as a transgenic animals. Now, we have to explain about the example as well. What is example of these? What are the different examples? We have today transgenic cattle available, we have today transgenic mice available, transgenic fish is also there, transgenic pigs are also there, and we all know about the transgenic cattle, transgenic sheep. So, this is an example of a transgenic animals. So, transgenic animals are what? Having gene of interest, or if I say they are having foreign gene. having foreign gene, and that foreign gene which is present in them, that is of gene of interest. Gene of interest. That is of gene of interest. So, they are having this foreign gene present in them, and this foreign gene is of our interest. How they are inserted? With the help of genetic engineering or a recombinant DNA technology. Inserted with the help of recombinant DNA technology. Recombinant DNA technology. Now, give an example. We have examples like transgenic cattle. We have example like transgenic pig. We have an example like transgenic sheep is there. We have an example like transgenic rabbits are there. Fish is also there. So, these are the certain example for the question number 3, right. Now, let us move on to the next question. So, the next question is from a different category, that is of a 2 marks. So, you have to explain these answer in bit detail. So, why does Bt toxin not kill the bacterium that produces it, but kill the insect that ingests it? Let us learn about this Bt toxin. Bt toxin. Who produces Bt toxin? Bt toxin is produced by Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis produces these Bt toxin. And when they produce these Bt toxin, that is in a pro form. Pro form. Actually, it is a protein. So, it is present in the pro form. Pro means inactive form. Right. Now, the gene which is responsible for production of these Bt toxin, which is also called as an endotoxin, that gene is inserted into plant. With the help of recombinant DNA technology. Now, the plant which is obtained, they are called as a Bt plants. That Bt plants can be a Bt cotton, that Bt plants can be a Bt brinjal, etc. So, when they are inserted into plant, now what will happen? This endotoxin or a toxin which is secreted by the Bacillus thuringiensis, endotoxin produced in case of plant. Suppose an insect is coming. If insect will consume such type of plant which is producing these endotoxin, that endotoxin will kill that insect. Kill insect if insect feed on them. If insect feed on them. Now, as if insect is feeding on them, now what will happen? These endotoxin will enter into their body. This endotoxin, as I have studied, that is in a pro form or that is in an inactive form. So, convert it into an active form because of the digestive enzyme which is present in them. So, endotoxin in insect, endotoxin in insect convert into endotoxin in insect that will convert into a active form, that is in an inactive form. Once they are converted into active form, what they will cause? Lysis. Which lysis? Cell lysis, due to which the perforation happens in their midgut, that ultimately leads to death of the insect. Now question says, why does Bt toxin not kill the bacterium that produces it but kill the insect that ingests it? Because in case of bacterium, that Bt toxin which is produced, that is an inactive form. Later on it is converted into active form because of the digestive enzyme, and they causes perforation, they causes cell lysis in the midgut that leads to death of the pest. Right. So, this was a correct answer for the question number 4. Let us move on to the next question, that is a question number 5. So, question number 5 is also a 2 mark. So, this cannot be only a definition, you have to answer in a bit of detail. Explain how Eli Lilly, an American company, produced insulin by recombinant DNA technology. So, recombinant DNA technology is that technology in which a foreign gene is inserted, and in the sessions we have discussed about the same in detail. In this, what we used to do, we know about the insulin. What is the function of insulin? What is the function of insulin? Insulin regulates the blood glucose level. Insulin, when we talk about the active insulin, that is made up of 2 polypeptide chain. 2 polypeptide chain are there. One is called as A chain and second is called as a B chain. A chain which is present, that is of a smaller length as compared to the B chain. In the A chain, overall the 21 amino acids are present. Hope you are getting. Whereas in the B chain, around 30 amino acids they are present. This is an active form of insulin. Whereas to talk about the inactive form, that is synthesized inside the human body, that is in a pro form, pro-insulin. When we talk about a normal human being, I am not a diabetic patient. In my case, insulin is formed, but that insulin which is formed, that is in a pre-form. A pro form is there, an inactive form is there. Later on it is converted into active form. By which process? With the help of the cleavage. The 2 chains are there in the active, but in inactive the 3 chains are present, A, B and the C. The C chain join the A and the B. During the proteolytic cleavage, during the conversion of inactive form to active form, the C chain is cleaved. Only A and B chain they remain. And in between them the disulfide bond is present. Eli Lilly, an American company, they tried to synthesize the insulin and they were successful also. A chain was synthesized in separate vector, the B chain was synthesized in a separate vector. So, the 2 chains are there, 2 genes are there. So, A chain gene is allowed to enter into a plasmid. What is a plasmid? Plasmid is a vector. Similarly, the B gene is allowed to enter into another plasmid. That is a plasmid 2, you can say. Later on, these plasmid, they are allowed to enter into the plasmid free E. coli. Into a plasmid free E. coli. Similarly, what is a plasmid other than it's a vector? You have to define plasmid. What is a plasmid? Plasmid is an extra chromosomal DNA. Now what will happen? The gene which is inserted into this plasmid free E. coli, they will replicate. Once they will replicate, definitely the translation also happens in them. Because of the translation, protein will be formed. In this case, the A polypeptide will be formed. A polypeptide. In the second chain, the B polypeptide will be formed. And both of these polypeptides, they were joined together. And what will be the bond between them? That is a disulfide bond. Disulfide bond. Now, this disulfide bond which will form in them, they will hold the 2 chain together. Now they will be called as a active protein or a active insulin or a active enzyme. So this is a major procedure which is followed by Eli Lilly, which is an American company, and this is a recombinant DNA technology where of a gene of interest they are allowed to enter into the plasmid, and later on they are allowed to enter into a E. coli, and after that there is a formation of a polypeptide and the B polypeptide. Later on they are joined together and the bond between them is a disulfide bond, right. Actually, these E. coli which are having this foreign DNA present in them, they will allowed to culture. They will be cultured in a biofermenters. Bioreactors are there in which the culture happen. Numerous copies of these E. coli will be formed. Large and large number on a bulk production of these A chain and the B chain will happen, and later on they are joined together. So this is the actual procedure for the production of the recombinant insulin. So this was the question number 5. Let's move on to the next question. That is question number 6. What is biopiracy? State the initiative taken by the Indian Parliament against it. When we talk about, suppose I am doing one research and I am successful in doing that. I found certain method and that method is good for the production of certain thing, and that substrate, that product which is formed because of it, that may be useful for the other people as well. So if I talk about certain unknown companies there, some multinational companies there, if they start using my procedure without my authorization and without my country authorization, that is called as a biopiracy. That is called as a biopiracy. That means using these bioproducts, using these methods for the production of the bioproduct without authorization of the company, without authorization of the different individual who is producing, without authorization with the country, this is called as a biopiracy. Direct question, very clear, very easy as well. State the initiative which is taken by the Indian Parliament against it. So, Indian Parliament start an amendment for controlling biopiracy by making certain patent terms, emergency provision, as well as research and development, initiative. So, Indian Parliament started an amendment for controlling biopiracy by making patent terms, emergency provision, as well as a research and development initiative. So this is a basic step to control the biopiracy, right? So this was the question number 6. Let's move on with the next category, that is a question of 3 marks. Hope you have noted down this. One of the major contribution of the biotechnology is the development of the pest resistant varieties of cotton plants. Explain how it can be made possible. The cotton variety which is a pest resistant, which is made because of the recombinant DNA technology, is called as a BT cotton. Now this BT cotton which is made today with the help of recombinant DNA technology, they might be having certain gene. Definitely if we have made something by recombinant DNA technology, that will be having certain gene of interest. In this, the gene of interest which is present in them, that is a CRY gene. Which gene? cry gene. And that cry gene, they produces an endotoxin, When they produces this endotoxin, what happens is endotoxin convert into active form. In gut of pest if taken by pest. Just imagine a situation. Suppose in an agriculture field a BT cotton is there. One of the pest is coming. Pest will come and attack on it. Pest will not be able to survive because the BT cotton, they are having a cry gene present in them which produces endotoxin. That endotoxin which is produced, that when these insects they swallow, they will be converted into an active form. Once they will be converted into an active form, what will happen? They will cause cell lysis. And perforation in mid-gut wall. Now ultimately what will happen? Death of pest. Now this cry gene was initially not present. There might be certain source of it. The source of cry gene is that is a Bacillus thuringiensis. So hope you are getting what I am trying to say, that all these procedure is made possible only because of the recombinant DNA technology. Because of the recombinant DNA technology, this particular gene which is extracted from this bacteria, that is a Bacillus thuringiensis, that is allowed to enter into a cotton. When it is allowed to enter into cotton, that means they will transcribe over there, translation will happen in them, the protein will be formed. That protein which is formed because of the cry gene, they will form an endotoxin, and that endotoxin will cause cell lysis, perforation if they are taken by the pest. Ultimately the pest will die, right? Today not only the BT cotton we have is a BT brinjal, BT tomato, BT potato, etc. Right. So this was a question, that is a question number 7. This is how you have to attempt. Write point wise, don't write like you are writing a story, because no one is interested in your story. Better to write in a point wise manner. Let's move on to the next question, that is a question number 8. Mention the cause of ADA deficiency in humans. How has genetic engineering helped patients suffering from it? First gene therapy, first enzyme replacement therapy was done in case of the patient who is suffering from the SCID. So, ADA deficiency is there. As I have discussed also, what is ADA? That is adenosine deaminase. If ADA deficiency is there, definitely what will happen? Lymphocyte will not be able to mature. If lymphocyte will not mature, what do you think? What about the immune system of this person? Definitely immune system will be weaker. Immune system will be weaker, that means a person will be susceptible to so many diseases. So, patient immune system will be weak. So immune system is weak, susceptible to various diseases. So this is the consequence of the ADA deficiency. What is ADA? That is adenosine deaminase. Adenosine deaminase, right? Now, how has genetic engineering helped patients suffering from it? There is a procedure for that. I'll explain the whole procedure in a stepwise manner. First procedure is that lymphocyte of patient is cultured. Lymphocytes of the patient are extracted and later on they are allowed to culture. Those lymphocytes which are taken out from the patient body, definitely they will be not having this particular gene. So, no ADA is there, right. With the help of genetic engineering, what we will do? We will insert the cDNA of ADA. cDNA of ADA is allowed to enter into lymphocyte. If they are allowed to enter into lymphocyte, definitely what will happen? They will start producing this enzyme because the ADA gene is there. Now what will happen? What will be now consequence? The recombinant lymphocyte will be produced. Recombinant, or you can say genetic engineered lymphocyte produced. Now these lymphocytes which are now formed, they will be having this ADA, they can produce this ADA enzyme. Now if they can replace, if they can make this, they are introduced into patient's body, If they are allowed to enter into the patient's body, then the patient's body will start producing this ADA. Now the lymphocyte will mature and definitely the patient will be cured. In this session also, first or second or third question, I don't remember exactly, I have discussed the same question, which is regarding the this transfusion of lymphocyte. Why it is required? The reason is that the lymphocyte which is allowed to enter into the patient body, that recombinant one, even a normal one as well, they doesn't have a specific life. They doesn't have a, you can say they are not immortal, rather they are mortal. So we need a periodic transfusion. So in this case, this is called as a gene therapy. Gene therapy. First of all, done in a patient who was suffering from SCID. So they need periodic transfusion. Very, very, very important. Right. So this was the question number 8. First of all, note down this, then we will proceed further. So students, hope you have noted down this. Now let's move on to the next question. This question is from a separate category, that is of a 5 marks. So this question, 5-mark question, again it is of 3 further types. Name the source from which the insulin was extracted earlier. Why this insulin is no more in the use by the diabetic people. Earlier the insulin which was used at that time, that was extracted from slaughtered pigs and cattle. slaughtered pigs and cattle. Nowadays, the insulin which is produced, that is with the help of a recombinant DNA technology, now there is a replacement. Earlier it was extracted from the pigs and the cattle, but they are not used now. The reason is that unnecessarily the insulin which is produced by the pigs and cattle, when it is introduced into a human body, they causes immune response. Causes immune response. That's why there was a need of the another procedure, that is production of insulin by the recombinant DNA technology. Now let's move on to the second part. Explain the process of synthesis of insulin by Eli Lilly company and the name the technique which is used by it. As we have discussed in this session regarding the whole technique, A and the B, they will be separately cultured into a different vector. After that, they will be allowed to enter into a plasmid free E. coli. That E. coli will be cultured, that recombinant E. coli which is produced, they will be cultured, and later on the gene, or you can see the gene product which is producing after translation, that is the protein, that is that polypeptide, they will be extracted. Later on they will be joined, disulfide bridges will be formed in between them, and that will be called as a mature insulin. So as I talk about a technique which is used by the company, that is a recombinant DNA technology. Recombinant DNA technology, right? This was the second. How is the insulin produced by the human body different from that of the insulin which is produced by the mentioned above company? Come to this side. When we talk about the insulin which is produced by human body, insulin by human body, that is made up of two chains, and along with those two chains, one more chain is present, that is called as a C chain. So this is a chain, this is quite a big B chain, and in between we have is another chain which is called as a C chain. Whereas the insulin which is prepared with the help of recombinant DNA technology, which is produced with the help of a recombinant DNA technology. In this case, the insulin, they are the two polypeptides, they are made separately, as we have discussed also, A and B, and they will be joined together with the help of disulfide bridges. In this case also, the disulfide bridges are present in between them. There is also disulfide bridges present. So the insulin which is formed inside the human body, that is in a pro form, that is called as a proinsulin. Later on, what happens? Proteolytic cleavage. If proteolytic cleavage will happen in them, then what will happen? Only the two chains will be left. One is called as a chain and second is called as a B chain, and they will be having these disulfide bridges present in them. Now in case of the human body, the insulin which is formed, that is in the pro form, inactive form, later on they are converted into a active form. But in case of the recombinant DNA technology, active form is synthesized only. So come back to this. So we have discussed about all the three types, right, in the question number 9. Let's move on to the next question, that is a question number 10. Name the process involved in the production of nematode resistant tobacco plants using genetic engineering. Explain the strategy which is adopted to develop such plant. Now here in the question it is mentioned a nematode is there and that affect a tobacco plant. Now we have prepared a nematode resistant tobacco plant. What is the name of that nematode? Nematode, that is called as a Melidogyne incognita. Melidogyne incognita is that nematode. What actually they causes? They decreases the overall productivity. Decreases the productivity of plant or tobacco. And the procedure which is used in this is called as a RNAi. That is a RNA interference. Now what is a RNA interference? When we talk about a tobacco, in the tobacco, if such type of infection happen which is because of the nematode, now we have prepared one nematode resistant tobacco plant. In this, what we have done, we have introduced one gene due to which a double stranded RNA is formed in case of tobacco plant. One is a sense RNA, other is an antisense RNA. Antisense RNA and the mRNA which is produced during the infection of a nematode, that they will bind with them, they will not allow the further infection of that nematode, due to which the nematode will die. So that is called as a tobacco plant which is produced because of the recombinant DNA technology, and basically they are called as a RNA interference, where double-stranded RNA is synthesized in the tobacco plant. Two RNA are there, sense RNA and the antisense. They will bind to the mRNA which is formed. So, which is formed by the nematode, that is being blocked because they are complementary to each other, and there will not be any further infection because the nematode will die. So, in the sessions we have discussed about the same in detail. Hope you remember that, and it is a direct question and you can refer to the sessions where we have discussed that. So, we have completed on an average the 10 questions. What you have to do, you have to revise more, because you want to attain a good marks. Go back, revise some questions, do revise a 1 mark, because students always gets confused in the 1 marks. So do revise that. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you so much students for watching this.